Hey everybody, how you doing? Today we talk about Masters of the Universe. This is the newest He-Man movie that came out, and I remember growing up with the original live-action movie, which I really did love. Very well grounded. I know a lot of people nitpick about that movie. Of course, as this being my part of my childhood, He-Man been part of my life, especially with the cartoon series from the '80s. Growing up, born in the late '70s, so I grew up with He-Man, especially with the action figures, also the comics, and I just love He-Man. And I even like She-Ra. I even like the New Adventures of He-Man that came out in the '90s, if I remember. And I remember collecting like one or two of the action figures of that line also. And then when it comes to the early 2000 He-Mans back in the days, it took me a while to get used to it, but I ended up enjoying that also from Cartoon Network. So now we got this new He-Man, and I'm hearing like mixed reviews for this, to be honest with you. And I heard they not did good at the box office. So I had to see this, see what's going on. I mean, you got to remember there was a lot of competition for this movie. This is the day of indie horror or indie movies, like young directors taking over now. So word of mouth got by. As for this movie, I mean, it's everything what you see in the trailers. It's about Tony getting invaded by Skeletor. You have a young He-Man. His mom and sorcerers had to send him back to Earth so he could be protected. And then it took him a long time because to come back because the sword was separated from him. So he grew up in Earth's life. And until he finally found the sword, he singles like the Beastman character to come trying to come after Prince Adam, but Tila saved him on time. Took He-Man back. Well, he's not known as He-Man at the time, but he was still called Adam. So, but he takes him back to Eternia. Realized that Eternia is not what it used to be since he left. It was never been rebuilt. So Skeletor was able to take over. Um, so he went to Tila took him to the camp where the surviving Eternia members are there. Skeletor found out that the sword is and the prince is here now. So they're going after the sword. And Prince Adam and Tila was able to escape with Man at Arm and the robot creature, the robot character. I forgot the name of the robot character, by the way. But it's pretty much like it's like what the movie shows. Skeletor wants the sword, and it's up to him to protect the sword as much as possible. But then, of course, he awakened the sword while fighting to get into the ship to escape again. And later on, they get captured. Then they come out. Skeletor also got the sword now, and he got to go to Castle Grayskull to use the power in full. So then He-Man and well, I'll go call him He-Man. Right? Let's stop. He-Man and surviving members of the Eternia was able to escape their imprisonment and go back to Castle Grayskull to stop Skeletor from gaining the power of the sword in full power. And it kind of leads up to the final climax when He-Man realized that he doesn't really need the sword, but to be who he is, and pretty much of course defeat the villain. All in all, I mean, I did enjoy the movie, and I mean there are flaws in it. There's a lot of sexual indos in this too, by the way, which is kind of crazy. And Man at Home does curse a bit, and there are deaths in this movie, by the way, believe it or not. And there are like nitpicks in this movie, but it's like the nitpicks you can just like let it go. Don't take it too serious. I mean, it is based on the '80s cartoon. I mean, let's be real. They, it's like they're balancing with the '80s style of the He-Man sense of humor and adventure, with a little raunchiness, a little bit, I would say. Um, Besides that, I mean, there are like characters I wish was in this movie, but you could fit so much. You want to add too much. As for Balcat, he comes towards like the end of the movie, where his adult size. I mean, but let me say, Balcat do talk in this. By like, believe it or not, I didn't think he was gonna talk, but they let him talk in this movie, so that's really good though. And you got the finale when He Man's in full form with Valcat. So, I mean, the movie been out for 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna spoil a little bit out of it. You have your credit end, which shows Kate Shima. So we could probably if they decide to do the sequel, I mean, it will be take place with Shiva and Hordak, I believe. But like I said, this movie bombed. But I believe that maybe with word of mouth, maybe people give this a chance to see it in the theaters. If not, hopefully the streaming and the physical media will make its money back. The movie, like I said, there are nitpicks, like I said, but the movie wasn't as bad as the people that say they don't like it as they say it is, you know. But I feel like this movie was made for guys like me, you know, that grew around He-Man. But a whole new generation will pick it up from word of mouth. All in all, Masters of the Universe, I say definitely check it out, in my opinion. Anyway, over and out, and peace.